I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you guys because I illustrated and published my first children's book. It's called ABCs for the American-born Chinese, and the whole idea is that I want kids to be able to learn the alphabet with Chinese American fruits, vegetables, and other foods. Alphabet books are such a great way for kids to begin to learn and associate the English language with things as important as foods. So why not make them foods that we would see in an Asian household? Instead of A is for apple, B is for banana, we have A is for Asian pear, B is for bok choy, C is for century egg. All the foods that I grew up loving to eat. I personally love the idea. I mean, I made it, so I'm a little bit biased, but I genuinely would love it for my future children. I also think it's a great way for parents to be able to connect their children with their culture, whether it's having hot pot for dinner or making zongzis together. I'm really proud of my first book, and I'm so excited that you can actually get it on Amazon. Like, who would have thought? I also made downloadable coloring pages and posters. So if you're interested in how and why I wrote a children's book, I'm going to walk you through from conception all the way to printing and publishing. So why a children's book? Well, when I was starting digital art, I realized that none of this is actually tangible. If I don't print it out, it kind of just lives in my iPad. So I started printing tote bags, stickers, posters, and around the same time, my friend's baby turned 1, and he was buying children's books. And I thought, what if anytime someone I knew had a baby, I could gift them a children's book that I wrote and illustrated? Like, how cool would that be? Plus, like, a book of your art. Now that is tangible. I started researching, borrowing different ebooks to study different art styles, screenshotting as I go. I took notes of my favorite stories and also ideas that these authors were teaching kids. What did I want to tell with my story? I actually wrote 3 different scripts, all different variations taking place in a grocery store, and some sort of incorporation with the alphabet. But after I did character studies and was starting the final artwork, I started to realize this is way too complicated for me for my first book. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I don't know, like, what if I get the math and the dimensions and the bleed lines wrong? So I came up with ABCs for ABCs. I wrote out my list from A to Z, went through multiple iterations. Interestingly, I was the hardest letter. I also developed a very specific art style. I'd take a fruit or vegetable and draw it 3 different ways with different brushes, decide which I liked best. Then I would ask my friend to send me random food items to draw, like cabbage, a butcher, and I would practice until I could draw any object in this style. Then it was pretty much straight to drawing. I spent all of my Thanksgiving break drawing, but I loved it. It was like the most productive I felt in 2020. I would draw 2 or 3 a night, and then I had a bunch of my friends review my drawings and help me spot things that needed improvement, whether it was a small detail here or there or completely redrawing. Now the cover. I looked at a bunch of people's covers, a lot of alphabet books to figure out what exactly I wanted, and I drew 3 different designs. I think of everything, the cover was the hardest for me to do just because there is so much pressure riding on the front cover. But I think once I started to do these like outlines of the foods, it really filled in a lot of the spaces, and I actually love the cover now. Initially, I wasn't looking to publish. I was just going to buy and gift them as needed, but my friend said, well, you already did all the hard work. Like, just try publishing it. And it is actually stupid easy to do it. You can do it through Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, and there's only like 3 pages you need to fill out. The only thing is that Amazon does take a large cut of the profits. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about it. They take about 40%. Printing this book costs $3.65, and that'll depend on your book size and page count. I decide to charge $7.99, so I earn $1.14. Yeah, I'm not here to earn money. My ideal is that this would have been a board book, so it's a little bit more durable for kids to kind of like throw around. But this will do for now. In the meantime, I've reached out to more traditional publishing. Whether or not they'll get back to me, I don't know. So that was the whole process. And now, a reading. ABCs for the American-born Chinese. ABCs for the ABCs. A is for Asian pear. B is for bok choy. C is for century egg. D is for dragon fruit. E is for eggplant. F is for fish. G is for ginger. H is for hot pot. I is for ice cream mochi. J is for jackfruit. K is for kumquat. L is for lotus root. M is for mushroom. N is for Napa cabbage. O is for octopus. P is for persimmon. Q is for quail egg. R is for radish. S is for snow pea. T is for taro. U is for urchin. V is for vermicelli. W is for winter melon. X is for xiaolongbao. Y is for yam. And Z is for 粽子. So I hope you will check out my book and share it with your fellow Asian Americans. If you are writing a children's book, good luck. And if you are my friend, thank you so much for your help and support. You guys gave me so much feedback and I am so grateful. Bye.